The world of AI moves incredibly fast, but the last 24 hours have been, well, a complete whirlwind. We've seen everything from game-changing new hardware to some pretty serious economic warnings. So let's break down the most critical AI stories from December 2nd.
All right, here's what's on deck. We're going to look at the powerful new tech that just dropped, then check in on the human side of things, touch on the economic alarm bells ringing, and then cover the growing demands for security and energy. Finally, we'll see how people are trying to build the future. So first up, let's head over to Amazon Web Services' big reInvent conference, where they just dropped a whole suite of new AI tools and, maybe more importantly, the custom-built hardware designed to run it all. What's really wild about Amazon's announcements isn't just one cool thing, it's the whole ecosystem. I mean, they're pushing everything forward at once. We're seeing more powerful models for reasoning, new ways for companies to train AI on their own private data, and then there's this huge leap into autonomy with something called frontier agents. We're talking about AI that can literally work by itself for days. And here's the muscle that's making it all happen. This new Trainium 3 chip is not just a little upgrade. Just look at these numbers. Over 4 times the computing power, while also being 4 times more energy efficient. This is the kind of engine that makes the next generation of AI not just possible, but way faster and cheaper to create. And all that new power isn't just for general AI. It's also fueling these super specialized models, like Marengo 3.0. It's being called the world's most powerful model for understanding video. So it's not just watching frames, it's figuring out the context, which could completely change things for media, for security, you name it. Okay, so the tech is getting ridiculously powerful. But what about us, the humans? How are we actually handling all this? From the boardrooms of the biggest tech companies all the way down to our holiday shopping carts, the picture is, let's just say, it's complicated. So, right at the top, we've got a major shakeup at Apple. Their AI chief is stepping down, and they're bringing in a new leader straight from their biggest rivals, Google and Microsoft. I mean, that's basically sending up a flare to the entire industry that you're getting serious about catching up. But while these corporate giants are playing chess, here's a little reality check from the rest of us. A huge number of people, 78%, used AI to help with their holiday shopping. But get this, only 29% said it actually made things better. That shows a massive gap between the hype around AI and what it's actually delivering to everyday people right now. So with all this insane expansion and money pouring in, it's no surprise that it's starting to set off some pretty loud alarm bells in the financial world. And we're not talking about just any analysts here. The Bank of England, one of the most important central banks in the world, is basically asking out loud if this AI gold rush has inflated a massive bubble that's just waiting to pop. That is a huge red flag for anyone invested in tech right now. Now, to really get the next warning, we have to do a super quick history rewind. Remember the Great Divergence? It's that period back in the 19th century when the Industrial Revolution basically split the world into the ultra-wealthy Western countries and, well, everybody else. Right. So the UN is now looking at AI and saying, uh-oh, this feels familiar. Their big fear is that history is about to repeat itself, but this time supercharged by AI. The worry is that AI will turbocharge the economies that are already rich, leaving developing countries even further behind and creating a brand new, even more extreme global divide. So, beyond the economic risks, there are 2 other giant challenges popping up that are kind of the hidden costs of this whole AI boom: cybersecurity and just the raw demand for electricity. And this is a pretty stunning moment. According to a new forecast from Experian, for the first time ever, AI itself, the very tool we're building, is now considered the single biggest threat to our digital security for the coming year. Talk about ironic. And what's fueling this whole thing? Money. Just an unbelievable amount of it. The projections show that global spending on AI is going to blow past $2 trillion by 2026. That's a T, trillion. That fire hose of cash is what's driving all the incredible progress and all these new risks. And you have to remember, the spending isn't just happening in the digital world. It has a huge physical footprint. All these AI models and data centers need a shocking amount of electricity, which is driving this massive global rush to build new power plants and energy grids just to keep up. Okay, so with all these incredible opportunities and these massive risks, how are people actually responding? Let's take a look at how universities and governments are trying to get their arms around this incredibly powerful new technology.
Now, this is really interesting. You've got a major media and data company, Thomson Reuters, partnering with a top university, Imperial College London. They're starting a lab to study frontier AI. And yep, that includes those agentic systems Amazon just announced. But the most crucial part, they want to study the impact on society before this stuff is everywhere.
And this isn't just research for some far-off future. It's happening right now. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, just announced that they are already using their own advanced agentic AI platform to help their staff handle complex work and just be more efficient. So, after just one day in the world of AI, the core tension is crystal clear. The innovation engine is accelerating at a speed that's just breathtaking. But the critical question, the one we're left with today, is simple. Are we building the economic, ethical, and safety guardrails fast enough to keep this whole thing on the road?